Okay, everyone, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, the screen is visible.
Okay. So, yeah, everyone knows this class is about SQL, right? So, before learning about SQL, we need to know the important concepts, that is data. So, first of all, we need to know what is data. If you take any example like, yeah, if you take an example of a person, we can, I'll show you here. So if you take example as a person, then person will be having some data. So what is that data? You will be having something like your age, your name, and your gender, and your weight, your height, something like this, and these are the main data you will be having. And other than this, we can have something like educational qualifications and what is your job and all, but these are the basic data we can say. And if you are in India, we'll be having some other number, that is unique number. And if you are in something like in foreign countries or USA, you'll be having some SSN, which is called social security number. So these all are called data, and this will define the person and how the person is unique. So if you give this some as SSN and Aadhaar are unique, if you give some number, right, this is the data of the that person, and if you give that number, that person will be indirectly called, right? So definitely everything has a data. Not only person, if you take the employee, if you take something like employee also, you'll be having employee ID, and again your last name, first name, and also you'll be having something like organization name, and you'll be having something called address. So much data you will be having, not only about employee, anything you take. So even if you take some shampoo, or even if you take example like Facebook has lot of data, right? Facebook data is something like how many people are there in the Facebook, and how many friends. So many like we define everything in terms of data only. So data is very important in IT world. Even in the Power BI also, you will be working on the data, right? You will be manipulating the data, and you will be creating the reports. So now this is about data. So this data is there, right? But what you need to do with this data? So you need to do something with the data. For example, if you take, okay, if you take something like again Facebook. So okay, I have went and created a profile. So my profile will be like having user ID and password, and also I'll be having something like last name, first name, and some basic details like email ID and all. So when I have this data, I'll be giving the data in the profile section, and I'll be creating a Facebook user account. So now what will happen? This Facebook user account will be created, but for the second time, right, when I want to go and retrieve my data, suppose I want to log in Facebook with my user ID and password, then what I'll do, simply I'll give user ID and password and click on login. But if you are not managing the data, then what happens? every time you want to log in, every time you need to create a user id and password, and then you need to click on login, and your data is not stored anywhere. So what happens, you don't have any data, and there is no use of any application if you are not storing this data. If you are storing the data only, you can use this particular data in a correct way, and you can use it for future purposes, any purpose. So first of all, it's the main thing, like we need to use the data. So that's the main agenda. How you are gonna use the data. So there is a concept called database. Database is something, it's a basic, basically in simple words, how we can say, like storing the data. So how you store the data is very, very important. But just storing the data, suppose if you take water bottle, you will store water in the water bottle. Similarly, there is a database, and you will be storing data in the database. So this is about the database, like electronically you are storing the data, which is called as a database. Now coming to how do you manage this database management system? So one second. Yes. So coming to databases, how do you manage this? Okay. So just a announcement, like between, if you have any particular doubts, you can stop me or you can ask me at the end of the class. I can explain twice or thrice also, no matter. Okay, so now coming to the database management system, how do you manage this database? Database, it's a collection of data, right? So how you are managing this database is like with the help of database management system. So what we do in this database management system is like we'll be having so many programs here, and we'll be having so many users and so many databases. And how can you like how are you manipulating the data, how you generate the report, how you represent the database. So this all comes under database. Okay, so database management system, simply you can think like this is a database. You will be having one database, and you are having another database. You are having some application which is Facebook. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a profile. So in this profile, I'll give some basic details. You know what are the basic details, and the main thing is like username and password, right? So this username and password will be created, and the basic details will be given in the Facebook. What Facebook will do, it will be storing your data either in this database or in this database. So which database it should store and how it should store, in the form of a photos or images, in the form of a video, or in the form of a tables. So that things DBMS will be managing. DBMS is nothing but database management system. So storing, how do you store the data, in which database, how do you manipulate the data, it will be taking care. So the first and foremost thing you can think like database management system will be managing any database which is connected to it, and how to store the data, how to update the data. Manipulation is something like how you are updating, how you are deleting, how you are storing. Suppose, for example, update. What is an update? Before that, I'll tell you what is insert. So, what is insert? So, insert means like you are creating a profile, new profile. So, this is completely new to the Facebook. So, then what it will do, this will create a insert functionality because it is completely new and it is not there in this database. So, insert functionality will be created. And when something like update means you are having already a profile with name called Priya and some password, and you want to update the password, or you want to update the name, or you want to update any particular data in the profile, right? Then what it will do, you have updated in the Facebook application, and what it will do, it will create a update request saying that so and so columns are changed for this particular profile. So in this way, you can manipulate the data by using database management systems. Simply, it is a system which will manage the database. How you are managing and what are the types used in it, we can think about that later. Any doubts until here? Okay, I take it as no. Okay. So, in the database management system, again, we have four types. Okay. Those four types are hierarchical, network, relational, object oriented. So, hierarchical, network, relational, object oriented, these are all how this database management system will store the data. Depending on that, these types are divided, and we are not going to talk about hierarchical, network, object oriented. Our main aim to talk about only relational database management systems. So I'll tell what is that. So relational DBMS is nothing but database management system. Okay, so in this relational DBMS only, how we are going to retrieve the data, how we are going to store the data, that matters. So first of all, how we will be storing data in this RDBMS. We call this as RDBMS. So first thing is how it stores data. It stores data in the form of tables. So tables in the sense, definitely there are rows and there will be some columns, right? So this RDBMS will store data in the form of rows and columns. So all the words will be in the form of like we will talk about how many rows, what are the columns you are adding in the table. We'll talk in this format only in RDBMS. So SQL is one of RDBMS structure only. So we need only this RDBMS, and RDBMS one of the type is SQL. So we have so many RDBMS what I can say, like querying languages, but main thing we are gonna use is SQL. So SQL, what is SQL? SQL means it is structured query language, and it stands for structured query language. What this structured query language is, uh, suppose querying is something like asking questions or getting some like questions to be resolved, right? So structured query language is like you will be okay. So you will be going into the database and you will be having lots of data there. How you are gonna retrieve that data? That data will be retrieved using tables. So in that tables, we will be what I can say, like with the using of some structured query commands or syntaxes, we'll be retrieving the data in a very useful and simple manner, so it will be not clumsy also. So if you see here, to suppose these are headings, that means column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, and we can say row 1, row 2, row 3. So in order to get the row 1, that means row 1 of the column 1, you can directly go here. When it is storing the data over here or over here, you can easily go to this particular row. Okay. So this particular row, you can easily go through it, and you can see when you want to retrieve this particular column 3 and row 2 row, you will directly go to this. So this is not clumsy, right? You can directly go to whichever row you want. This is simply like an Excel, right? It will easily retrieve that row, and there is no confusion over here, and it is a like it is not in unstructured way. Everything is structured here and everything is very simple here. So this is about SQL. SQL stands for structured query language, and why this SQL is used. So you have a database, you have a data in it, but you need to know how you have to retrieve the data. See, suppose you can say like I want to in the Facebook, okay, in the Facebook application, let's stick on it because everybody knows about Facebook application. So in the Facebook application, if you want to know the data, what data if you want to know is like today is November 4th, right? So I want to know how many people have created profile today. So how you have data in the database, and but you should know how to retrieve that data. So I want to know this, like how many people have created a data in FB on November 4th. So what I will do, I'll go to the database or I'll go to the SQL server, and then what I do, I will give some condition syntax, whichever like for industry accepted format. In that I'll give some syntax and I'll retrieve the data. I'll get the output like so and so, like 100 people have created a account in FB on November 11th. So in this way, so to get this, we need SQL. So what SQL will do? SQL will be helping us to access the database and to get the data from the database. Not only accessing it, you can also manipulate the data. What do you mean by manipulation in the sense? See, again, this FB, you have something data, and this data is stored in the database. So now what I can do, I want to change some data in FB. Okay, you can do in two ways. You can directly do in Facebook, and that same will be reflected in the SQL. And you can also change in the database using SQL commands. So that will be again reflected in the Facebook. So it's a bidirectional one. So this is about the introduction of SQL. Any doubts until here? Okay, I take it as a no. So simply you need to install any particular SQL application, I mean app. any app related to SQL. So I'm using here SQL Server. We have so many apps available in the market like MySQL, Oracle DB, Oracle, IBM DB2, so many. But I'm comfortable with Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and this is you can download it for free, and I will share a video link to you, like how you can install it and how you can use it, uh, and how you can manipulate the data using SQL Server. I'll just create a video and share it with you. So you have a WhatsApp group, right? So I'll be sharing over there. So just simply, I have already installed it. Just simply type SQL over here and click on this. It will take some time to load. If anybody wants to explain in Telugu also, I can do, but everyone can understand English, so I'm going with this. But just let me know if you cannot understand as well. Okay, so how it look like, in this way it will be looking like. So it will be opening a pop-up. It will ask like connect to a server. Server in the sense is the main, you can say it's a parent. So let it be as it is, database engine, Windows authentication, everything. So you can simply click on connect. Yes. So I'll give an introduction, but I don't execute anything now. I'll just show you. So this is the server name and this is the parent, you can think, and under the server we'll be having the databases. So when you install SQL Server Management Studio, it will come as a package for you, like there will be some server with your laptop name created, and there will be databases under that and all the required softwares which needs to be installed separately, and it will come as a package. So this blue color highlighted one is called as a server, and these are called databases. Like what are all the available databases? Suppose for one application you need not to have only one database. You can have many. So in that way, you'll be having system databases. That means this is given by the I can say like by the Microsoft itself. So we can also create our own databases that will come as separate. Like this test is there, right? This test is created by me. That's why it's not a system database. It's a user created database. So this master model, MSDB, TempDB, this all will come as a package with the Microsoft. And there will be, if you expand this, there will be some tables, and if you expand the tables, you will be having again system tables, external tables, and so on. So in the system tables, if you see, there are some tables. So I'll just copy it, and to execute this particular table, you need to click on new query. Okay, just a basic query is like you'll be writing select star from table name, and you can click on execute. You'll be getting the data which is there in this table. This is called a table, and you'll be getting the data. So this, right, opt name, value, major version, minor version, revision, install fields, these are all columns you can say, and 1 2 3 are the rows. So here, if you drag also, you can also see the databases list available in this particular server here. So master, model, msdb, tempdb, test. So I'll show you one simple thing here. I'll just select model, execute it. But it is not executing. Why it's not executing means this particular ML's replication options is available under master database, right? So if you are selecting some other database over here, it will not allow and it doesn't know where is that particular home is. So you need to tell this table like your particular database is so and so. You need to search your data in so and so database. So if you select master over here, then only it will be executed. If you want to do something in the model database, you can go to the model database and you can get some tables over here and you can check that. There is no table over here, so you cannot check right now, but you can insert the tables, you can insert the databases, and you can check whatever you can do in the SQL server so that we can think or that we can discuss in the later classes. Okay, so I think for the introduction we can end it up here. So I would like to know if anyone have any questions. Until now we can discuss. So this is the basic concept, and please everybody ensure to install the SQL Server Management Studio by end of the day. I'll be sharing like before 12 by that time that link, and you can with the help of that video you can download and install in your machines.
Already we are installed that server.